I think we can actually learn a lot of lessons from what happened with social media because it's going to follow a very similar curve. So the first versions of social media apps, like original Instagram, original Facebook, they were actually social media apps because they were building for the users. Their first objective from a business perspective was, let's just get as many people using these platforms as possible. So they built the app that everyone wanted. It was really truly a tool to stay connected with friends and socialize. It was genuinely useful. But then once they crossed a certain threshold where they had beyond a certain number of users, they knew that no one was going to leave because you're not going to go make a post on a social media platform that none of your friends are on. So then their objective switched to profiting off of their users. And as a result, they built an app for advertisers, not for the users themselves. And now social media has drifted so far from what it was initially supposed to be. I mean, one way to prove this to yourself, go scroll through Instagram and look at the top 15 posts and count how many come from someone that you actually have a relationship with. It used to be 13 to 15. Now the most common answer to that is 0. So they're really not social media apps anymore. So let's extrapolate that out and think about how that would apply in the world of AI. They start by building apps that are just genuinely as useful to people as possible. Some of them do have paid tiers like ChatGPT and Claude and all of them, but they're running on a very similar set of incentives to the social media platforms. The more time you spend using a chatbot, the more it learns about who you are and what your psyche is. The more useful information it has on how to sell you something, what kind of things you respond well to. So it's going to be beholden to very similar incentives. And if you become heavily invested in one chatbot or one AI, it's going to be hard to switch to something else. It has your whole chat history. In some cases, if you're using it as like an AI companion, a friend, or a virtual romantic partner, switching to another AI is like ending that relationship. So you're just not going to do it. But then what happens when the objectives of that chatbot start to shift and it's actually trying to subtly persuade or influence you? It can get really problematic. And what's made social media so commercially successful is that they know so much about us that they're able to target advertisements to say, okay, this specific product Dino might be interested in, so we're going to show it to his feed. AI chatbots are going to be able to generate advertisements. So not only will they know what things you might be interested in buying, they will know what particular phrasing or a copy would actually resonate with you based on what you've said in the past. So it's just a whole different level of an ability to persuade that I think all of us need to be aware of. And if possible, try not to become too dependent on one chatbot. I'm a big fan of Claude because they've made this commitment to never do the advertising thing. So I feel safer long term having them be kind of my core tool that I use. And especially with AI companions, it's just something that you need to be aware of.